Let's bring in NBC 10 political commentator Sue O'Connor, who has made the journey to Chicago here with me. So let's talk about that subject that Darren was just introducing. It's been vibes, 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 policy, vibes, vibes, vibes. But does that translate into votes, votes, votes?
Well, it does translate into energy, energy, energy for the Democrats, for the people here, and for, at least a section of the voters. If you think you're going to get every single 18 to 34-year-old voter to vote for you, it's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen.
Right.
If you get some of them to do it, that could help you get over the line. Listen, when we were walking out last night, Glenn, the energy from everybody here, they are going to go back to their towns, and then these little snack bites of all of their states with this really cool and hip and happening little bit that they can share on the social media that the kids like, or put on their Facebook groups, or show somewhere. This is going to energize the Democrats, and that's going to help them to go out and get the people in their neighborhoods to vote.
You raise a good point. When people were leaving here, they were filled with energy. What the Obamas were trying to get them to do is to actually do something when they get home. How effective were the Obamas last night in the overall mission of this DNC?
So it's hard to think of the Obamas as the seniors of this party, right? Of course, we've got the Clintons that are bookending this in some way, but Michelle and Barack Obama, even though they're the same age as Walz and Harris and very many of the people in the audience, they are the seniors. They are the elders here. Michelle Obama came out like your mother and told you, I don't want any complaining. I want you to get out and vote. And I know I told you to take the high road, but if they're lying about you, you know what to do. And then Barack came out and said, remember how good it was? Let's do that again. And they were left with a message to go out and get what you need in order to get Kamala Harris elected president. So it was sort of like, yeah, as Barack said, the memes are great, but you need to do the work.
All right. It is not a desirable task to speak after the Obamas, but that's what Governor Tim Walz has to do tonight. He's still very much introducing himself to the country in a very condensed calendar because we don't have that long to go until Election Day. What would be a win for him at the end of the night?
So while we're talking about all these memes and we're talking about different energy and we're talking about the legacy of the Democratic Party, what Walz has to go out and do is basically be himself, which he is very clearly very good at doing, and communicate to a section of voters that, listen, I'm a gun owner, I'm a coach, I'm a guy, I am here, I'm a teacher, I'm a husband, I'm the kind of masculinity that you want to see as a leader in this country. So he's going to go out and he's going to be homespun. Folks have been comparing both him and the second gentleman to Cam from Modern Family. Like, you got to go out and have this mixture of leadership and accessibility. So I think that's what we're going to see from him. And no one's going to be talking policy, Glenn. I just want to say we can keep asking about it, but you're not going to hear any real policy until we get to the debates.
Maybe he'll wear a flannel shirt tonight.
Maybe when he sewed himself, because it looks like his wife has given up sewing them for him. And she was like all in with Barack Obama last night regarding the flannel shirt.
No, that was a great moment last night, Sue. Thank you. That's all from us in Chicago. We'll be back at 6 with continuing coverage from the Democratic National Convention as we go into night 3. NBC 10 political reporter Matt Pritchard will join us as well to look at Tim Walz's journey from Minnesota to that arena behind me. Colton, Corey, back to you.
All right, guys, thanks so much. And, of course, we want to remind everyone, our team here at NBC 10 Boston, we are going to be your station for continuing coverage of the DNC. You just heard Glenn mention it right there. You can catch Glenn, Matt Pritchard, and Sue all week. You're going to see their live reports and Sue's commentary both on the air and online at NBC10Boston.com.
And a reminder, be sure to tune in tonight for Tim Walz's speech at the DNC. NBC News will once again provide special coverage led by nightly news anchor Lester Holt. It all begins at 9 o'clock right here on NBC 10.